Hi, welcome back to Box Delights, and we're going to be looking at CLACKS, a Discworld board game from Backspindle. The gameplay is 1 to 4. There's a solitaire, there's a co-op, and then there's a competitive mode. I'm actually going to demonstrate the solitaire game, but I think the game plays best cooperatively, perhaps with 2 or 4. So what's this game all about? It's kind of a little abstract. This is the CLACKS exchange, and in the CLACKS exchange there's lamps that can be on or off. Our job is to send signals with these lamps. The CLACKS operators can send messages from these lighthouses, these lamps to lamp along this route. Imagine a message being sent from here to here to here to here, all the way from Ankh-Morpork to Genoa up here at the finish. So we've got this new method of transmission, kind of semaphore if you like. Alright, now the sequence of the lamps being on or off determines what letters we send. Okay, now we're not always going to use the whole of the exchange here. We only need to use 6 at one time. So for example, to make an A, we need a set of 6 with 2 lights on in this formation. Okay, see these 6 matches with this. So here we've sent a letter A. Okay, and normally you would have a meeple in the middle here, in the middle of the 6. And as an action you transmit that letter, the letter A, with the lamps all set, and that would light the first lamp along our route. Okay, and we'll be spelling out a message, and the messages that we have to spell out are given by these cards, like Shine for example, or Eureka, or Rufus. Okay, now we're being challenged in the solo game to send this message all the way up from Ankh-Morpork to Genoa by the post office. The post office doesn't like this challenge, so the post office is going about its old-fashioned way of taking messages using the post office service. So the post office has got smaller steps, but he can move a little bit faster. We can make giant leaps by sending letters from lamp to lamp. Okay, so that's the aim. We've got to beat the postman to the finish line, and there's 2 routes we can take. We can take the easy route, which gives the postman a bit of a longer trek, or the harder route, which makes this guy go a little bit faster. The CLACKS exchange always begins in the same pattern. All we need to do is draw 2 cards to show us the 2 words that we need to spell out. So we're going to get Dwarf Jason. Dwarf Jason is the message we need to send. Here's our key. Notice that the actual letter cards have the key on them as well, but a handy reference card if you need it. One thing that you won't find on the card that you do need is a space and then the end. So we've got to put a space in between and then finish our message with an end. So that's going to give us a total of 12 letters to spell out. Okay, every time we complete a letter, we're going to put a token up here. Alright, we're going to, once we place the end, then we've won. You have to do them in sequence, so the D is always going to be the first letter, alright, then the W, A, R, F, and then Jason, finishing with the end. We'll play the easy route just to show you how it works. So how do we switch these lamps on and off? Well, this is where we have these things called jackards. Alright, now if I take a close look at one of these, what you'll see is that they have some patterns on them, and you can use these jackards any which way you wish. With 2 adjacent spots like this, I can flip over 2 adjacent lamps. Okay, so switch one on, switch one off kind of thing. You can use them horizontally, vertically, anywhere on the CLACKS exchange, right? So 2 adjacent. This one has kind of like an L. Okay, so again I could use it, say for those 3. I've got a square of 4, 3 adjacent like so. So I could switch those 3 off, or maybe I want to use it that way round and switch these three. Okay, now remember, all the time we're trying to form these letters. Alright? Now it does make for quite a bit of fun when you're playing cooperatively or competitively, when you're sitting opposite each other or at right angles to each other, because you're all trying to form letters in different orientations. Okay, because there's 4 players sitting across from each other at different sides of the board. Right? So it adds another layer of complexity when you're playing cooperatively, trying to help each other out, or competitively trying to break up what you know is the next letter that they're going to be trying to send, because you can see their letters. Now we're going to be using these. This is going to be our hands, and for the start of the game we'll take 2 jackards, and this is going to be our starting hand, if you like. Now there is a variant that says if you see this sign on a card that you've been dealt, on a jackard you've been dealt, then in the competitive game you'll draw one of these cards, and this will give you an attacking ability. Now there is a variant, it's called the Night Shift, that says you have to, if you get one of these, play that fault report card as if somebody had played it against you. It doesn't work that well, so yeah, I don't really like it. So I don't ever play with that variant anyway. These dots down the bottom, they're called stress points, and on a turn you've got a maximum of 5 stress points to spend. Okay, so I could play these 2 jackards, because that would be 3 plus 2 before ending my turn. In the competitive game you have a meeple. I'm facing this direction. My meeple will only move on the green lights. That's a red 1, 2 for people facing this way. So north to south I'm on the green ones, and you can move kind of orthogonally. Each one of those movements is going to cost 1 stress point. Remember I told you that if you're playing the competitive game you can only flash the signal from the 6 lamps that your meeple is in the middle of. Okay? In the solo game you can play 1 or 2 of your jackards before ending your turn, and the stress points, unlike the multiplayer game and the co-op where you can spend up to 5, instead those stress points will move the postman along his track. All the time here I'm looking for patterns. I'm going to play the D, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to play this jackkard, and I'm going to play it on these 6 here. First thing we do is turn, and I'm going to do this pattern here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was the pattern. And now I've made my D. Remember, this is the D. 6 with a light on, top left, bottom left. There it is, and those 6 there. So I've done the D. We cover up the first tower. We're on our way. We discard the jackkard. It's cost 3 stress points. So he moves 3 points along the track. Whenever you score a letter, that immediately ends your turn. So I'll draw back up to 2 jackards. Add it to my hand. And now we're looking for the W. And this is going to be a little trickier. 3 lights on at the top corner there and 1 on at the bottom. Definitely trickier. And I might actually swap a jackkard for 1 over here. Yeah, let's take one of these short ones. So we discard 1. We immediately pick up. And we have to play this, but read this first. And it's a disaster. Turn all lamp tiles off. That's dreadful. That's backfired big time. Okay. What I was hoping to do was turn these. And if I'd have turned these 3, then I'd have gotten my W. As it stands, we've got to turn all the lights off. And these can be punishing. It's a real gamble. And now I've got to play this one. So I'm probably going to play it in a little more sensible way. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. And then that's going to move him. That was 3 stress points. 1, 2, 3. In fact, no, let's do that over here. 1, 2, 3, like so. Because then, that's my second action. You can't change more than one jack odd on your turn, so I can't take that second one, but I can play this one. It's 3 in a row. And I'm going to play those 3. 1, 2, 3. And that gives me my W. Okay, and these 6 here. Alright. I score my W. And add another lamp. But that's going to cost me another 2 stress points. 1, 2. He's still in the lead. We'll draw 2 more jack-eyes to fill our hand. See what we get. Wow, not very helpful. What's next? An A. Actually, that's not too bad. If you want to pause the video and see if you can find a way of getting an A. These are my tiles. Incidentally, you could obviously take as long as you want thinking about this, but there is a timer supplied, so you could limit yourself in time. As it goes, I'm going to play this one. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play it here. 1, 2, 3. It's going to cost 3 stress points, so we're not doing very well here. And I'm going to play this one for 1 stress point, which is going to turn over the 4 corners. And I believe I've got my A. Yeah. So that's another lamp lit. I've got the A, and it cost me 1 more stress point. Okay, let's draw 2 more. In R now. I don't think that should be too difficult. Of course, it depends what comes out. This is the R. So looking for this long L. Here's the jacks I've got. I think this one is staring me in the face. I'm going to play this one. And I'm going to play it here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And that gives me my R. It's 4 down. 1 more lamp. We've caught him up, but it's going to cost 3 stress points. 1, 2, 3. Let's draw back up. Just 1 this time. Okay, kind of a diamond shaped one. And we're looking for an F. Not too dissimilar to our R. We've just got to switch this one off. Now, I was tempted to go for one of these, but actually these are quite inexpensive. So we've got 4 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4 at a cost of 1 stress. And then this one we'll play 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gives us our F. So we've got dwarf relatively cheaply. So another lamp goes on. That cost us 3 points. 1, 2, 3. He's still quite a bit ahead. And now we've got to get the space. Turning all the lamps off. That card would have helped us this time. Let's draw. Actually, I just need to switch this one off, I think. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be possible. This is what I've drawn. I wonder if there's an opportunity somewhere. I can do it in 2. I could use those 4, switch that off, and then use, sorry, this 2, switch those 2, but that's quite expensive, that's 5. I wonder if we'll try an exchange. Now for these face down ones, first off you've got to pay 1 stress, discard, I'm going to get rid of this 2, I think, pick one, play the card, and the effect. Operator's log, the gargoyle is on shift. The post office marker will move a maximum of 2 steps this turn. Excellent. He's already moved 1. And I like what I see. I think. Yeah, I can play any combination really now. Try to set myself up for the J. So whatever I play, he's only going to move 1 spot. We'll use the 4 to switch those. And then we'll use this one to switch those. And that gives us our end. He moves forward 1 more. We grab our lamp. We get our space, and now we're going for the J, which should be, I hope, relatively easy. Okay, let's draw back up. 2 more jacks. Looking for a straight line. Yeah, we got one. Nice and easy. Okay, I'm going to play this one for 2 stress. Turn those 3. 1, 2, 3. There's my J. Got it? We're on our way for Jason. That's another lamp. We've caught him up again, and that was 2 points. 1, 2. Let's draw. Okay, what's next? The A. Another A. That's okay, I think. Oh. A is going to be easy with this. Here's our A. We want 2 lights on in a diagonal. In a pattern of 6. Job done. That's 3 points. Another lamp down. It goes up 3. 1, 2, 3. Just ahead. But I think we might have gained on him a little bit. Yeah, we're pretty neck and neck. Okay, what's next? An S. Now that should be fine, because I've kind of got the makings of an S here. See what comes out. Now that doesn't help us. This is my S. Worth gambling again. Do you know what? I think we can actually do this in 2. If I play this one first for 1 point and switch all these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moves in 1 spot. And then play the 3 for 2 stress. 1, 2, 3. There's our S in those 6 there. That's a lamp. Costs another 2 stress. Still neck and neck. We're 3 letters away from the dwarf Jason message. Oh, now. Nice. Nice, just 2 lights off, 4 lights on. We don't have any jacks. Let's draw 2. Wow. I think the other thing you could do playing solitaire is give yourself a clock to race against, so you don't spend too much time thinking about it. I don't think that works. Shame. If you see anything, shout. I think I can do it in 2, but that'll cost 5 stress. That's very expensive. Yeah, I could do those, and then just switch that one back on again for the O there. Or I could take this and turn those 2 on for 3. But then there's a risk. don't think there's anything I can do with that one. No, not that I can see. Ah, yes. Yes, I've spotted it. For 3 stress, remember I'm looking for an O. I can signal by switching those two. I'll flash these. There's my O. Brilliant, 3 points. I've got a lamp, and I think I might, 1, 2, 3, I might have just... Yeah, we're still pretty close. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. I've got to get 2 lamps. 1, 2. For 6. So this next one, I've got to think carefully. An end is 2 lamps on, 2 lamps off, 2 lamps on. So like a 4er there would be good. Let's draw and see what I get. We've got to get the end first. Okay, that'll do my end. That's... Yeah, that'll do it, won't it? No. Shoot. Wow, this is tough now. I know this one. I can do those bottom 3 and that'll give me the end I need. So it's just all on this. I'm going to pay the 1. He's just got 5 left. I'm going to gamble on this. I'm hoping for 4 in a square. Oh no, dreadful. Ouch, that's horrible. I really didn't want to see that one. Wow. That means I've got to play it now. Turn all lamp tiles on. We have an overload. Yeah, I think we've blown it. We have to play this one. And, well, it doesn't matter. It's either all these or all these. That's 1 point. Yes, I've got my end. There it is. Hey, neat. It kind of worked out, but it's blown my end strategy. That's a lamp down. And we've gotten the end. That cost me another point, didn't it, to play that? It's alright, I think so. I was on 5, so I should be down to 3 now. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay, let's draw. And I've just got to get the end with my final jackard. I can afford to spend the 3, and that will only move in 2. Ooh. Nice. Is it or not? I think we're going to have to take a risk here. I don't see a way of doing it. Remember, end is 2 on, 2 off, 2 on. So I could do something like switch those 4 and then switch those 3. Of course, spending 2 is going to move him 2 spots, which will put him here. And then whatever I do next is going to put him in there. So we're both going to reach the finish on the same turn, and that counts as a loss for the soloist. The only way I can see this working is if we can find a 1 scorer there, or possibly something that does that. No, we've used up all our chances, haven't we? I think we've blown it. No, hang on, hang on. Either one of these will do it, actually. Yes, I've spotted it. I've spotted it. We'll use the 4 for 2, and we'll turn these 4 over. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our end. There it is. 2, 2, 2. That, my friends, puts down the final lamp. He moves 2 spots, 1, 2, and we've pipped him to the finish. Victory is ours.